The problem is find the Fourier transform of f of x and hence evaluate. The problem has two parts. First, we will solve the first part. So whenever you get the question Fourier transform, you need to know these two formulas. Okay, so to solve the first part, I will write the Fourier transform formula. So what is the Fourier transform formula? The Fourier transform formula is capital F of s is equal to minus infinity to infinity f of x e power I s x dx. Okay, so here the limit is in the formula, the limit is minus infinity to infinity. Whereas in my question, the f of x limit is different. So for first I will do some analysis with the limit. Okay, so the limit is, the first part is modulus of x less than 1 and the second part is modulus of x greater than 1. Fine. So what is modulus? Modulus means plus x minus x. So this means plus x less than 1 and minus x less than 1. Plus x less than 1, I keep it as such. Whereas minus x less than 1, what do? I change a little, x greater than 1. Okay, this is my first part. My second part is modulus of x greater than 1. So this I will write it as plus x greater than 1 and minus x greater than 1. Plus x greater than 1, I'll keep it as such. Whereas minus x greater than 1, what I will do? I will write it as x less than minus 1. Sorry, this is minus 1. Okay, x less than minus 1. Fine. So for the first part, my f of x is 1 minus modulus of x, and for the second part my f of x is 0. Okay, I will draw a diagram for this for better understanding. So in my question, the limit is minus infinity to infinity. I mark a center point 0. Fine. Now I take the limits. The limits are, the first part I have x less than 1, x greater than minus 1. So first let me mark minus 1 and plus 1. Plus 1 I mark it here and minus 1 I mark it here. So in the first part, for x less than 1 and x greater than minus 1. So what is x less than 1? X less than 1 is this part. Yes, x greater than minus 1. So greater than minus 1 is this part. So combining both, for this minus 1 to plus 1, my function f of x is 1 minus modulus of x. Okay, the remaining part, x greater than 1. For plus x greater than, so what is greater than 1? So this is greater than 1. For this part, my f of x is 0. Likewise, for x less than minus 1, that is this part, my f of x is 0. Fine. So from this, I can rewrite my function. How do I rewrite my function? F of x is equal to, I'm rewriting it. Fine. From minus 1 till plus 1, there is a function and that is 1 minus modulus of x, and all the remaining parts, it is 0. So how do I write this? For minus 1 less than x less than 1, my function is 1 minus modulus of x and it is 0 otherwise. Hope this is clear. Looking at this diagram, I write the function. So in this diagram, from minus 1, look at the diagram. Please look at the diagram. Minus 1 to plus 1, the function is 1 minus modulus of x. That is what I've written here. For x minus 1 to 1, the function is 1 minus modulus of x. And the remaining parts, it is 0. Fine. Now, when I look at this function, in my function, I have again a modulus. So I need to solve this again. Okay, how do I write modulus? So what is the meaning of modulus? Modulus x means plus x minus x. Okay, so now what is the limit? The limit is minus 1 to 1. Okay, so the limit here is minus 1 to 1. Okay, I mark a center point 0. So 0 to minus 1, it will have the negative part, and 0 to 1, it will have the positive part, which means 0 to minus 1, it will have minus x, and 0 to 1, it will have plus x. Okay, so how do I write this? F of x is equal to, yes, from this diagram I write this. F of x is equal to, for x less than 0, for x less than 0, how will my function be? My function will be 1 minus, okay, this x here will become minus x. So 1 minus of minus x. Okay, fine. Likewise, for x greater than 0, it will be 1 minus of x. So what am I doing here? Here, the function f of x is equal to 1 minus modulus of x is written like this. Okay, so f of x is equal to 1 plus x for x less than 0 and 1 minus x for x greater than 0. Okay, now I'm writing the formula. F of s is equal to minus infinity to infinity f of x e power isx dx. Okay, so this minus infinity to infinity. Okay, this minus so I'll draw the diagram again. Minus infinity to infinity, I mark a center point 0, then I mark minus 1, I mark plus 1. Okay, so here it is 1 minus modulus of x. Okay, then here it is 0, here it is 0. Fine, which means the limit is minus infinity to minus 1 f of x e to the power isx dx plus minus 1 to 1 f of x e to the power isx dx plus 1 to infinity f of x e to the power isx dx. Okay, so now from the diagram we very well know this. From minus infinity to minus 1, f of x is 0. Likewise, from 1 to infinity, my f of x is 0. So what do I have? I have only minus 1 to 1 f of x e to the power isx dx. Clear? Okay, that is from minus 1 to 1. What is my f of x? My f of x is 1 minus modulus of x e to the power isx dx. Okay, further this 1 minus modulus x is split as 1 plus x and 1 minus x. Okay, so I do that now. From minus 1 to 0, my f of x is 1 plus x. Yes, e to the power isx dx plus from 0 to 1, my function is 1 minus x e to the power isx dx. How did I write this? How did I write this? I use this to write this. Clear? Fine. Now we have to solve the integration. Okay, so here I have a variable term and I have a term which is to the power of e. So I will use Bernoulli's. Okay, so to explain this Bernoulli's, I have a separate video. You can see that. So this I take it as u and this I take it as v. Okay, so let me solve this. First I write the u as such. So 1 plus x, then I integrate v. So when I integrate v, I get isx minus is minus. Okay. Now I differentiate u. So when I differentiate u, I get 0 plus 1. Then I integrate this term. So it becomes e to the power isx by, I already have an is. So is, and after integrating, I get an is. Okay, plus now when I differentiate this term, what happens? It becomes 0. Okay, so I stop here. The limit is minus 1 to 0. Fine. Plus now I'll do this. Here 1 minus x I keep it as u, e to the power isx I keep it as v. Okay, so when I use Bernoulli's, first I write u as such. So 1 minus x, then it is e to the power isx by is. I put a minus sign. Now I differentiate this. When I differentiate this, I get 0 minus 1. Then I integrate this fully. So it is e to the power isx by, already I have an is, so into is, and the limit is 0 to 1. Hope it is clear till here. Before substituting the limit, let's even simplify it even more. So 1 plus x e to the power isx by is minus e to the power isx by is the whole square. The limit is minus 1 to 0. Fine. Plus 1 minus x e to the power isx by is. Okay, minus into minus becomes plus e to the power isx by is the whole square. The limit is 1 to 0. Fine. Further, we can do one simplification. So what is this? This is I square, s square. So what is the value of I square? The value of I square is minus 1. So here it becomes minus s square. Likewise, this is also I square, s square. So when I substitute I square is equal to minus 1, it becomes minus s square. So this can be written as 1 plus x e to the power isx by is. Okay, so this is minus s square, so minus into minus will become plus e to the power isx by s square. Fine, the limit is minus 1 to 0. Likewise, here it is 1 minus x e to the power isx by is. Here it is minus s square, so it becomes minus e to the power isx by s square. The limit is 0 to 1. So now let us substitute the limit. We have to do the upper limit minus the lower limit. So what is the upper limit? The upper limit is 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1. E to the power 0 by is, because x, when I put 0, it naturally becomes anything into 0 is 0. So e to the power 0 by is plus e to the power 0 by s square. This is my upper limit. Upper limit minus my lower limit. So what is my lower limit here? Minus 1. So 1 minus 1 becomes 0 plus e to the power minus is, because x is minus 1 here, by s square. So this part is over. Plus, what is my upper limit here? 1. So 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So 0 minus e to the power, when I substitute 1 for this x, it becomes is by s square. My upper limit is over minus my lower limit. So what is my lower limit? 1 minus 0 is 1. When I substitute 0 for this x, it becomes e to the power 0 by is minus e to the power 0 by s square. Okay. Now, what is e to the power 0? E to the power 0 is 1. So 1 by is plus 1 by s square minus e to the power minus is by s square, plus, we'll have to do this, minus e to the power is by s square. Fine. Minus e to the power 0 is 1. So 1 by is minus into minus is plus 1 by s square. Now it is 1 by is plus 1 by s square minus e to the power minus is by s square minus e to the power minus is by s square minus 1 by is plus 1 by s square. So what happens? 1 by is and minus 1 by is gets cancelled. So 1 by s square plus 1 by s square becomes 2 by s square. Fine. Then I have minus e to the power minus is by s square minus e to the power minus is by s square. Now what do I do? 2 by s square. I take the minus sign common. Then I will have e to the power is plus e to the power minus is by s square. We very well know that e to the power is is cos s plus I sin s. Similarly, e to the power minus is is cos s minus I sin s. Now, when I add e to the power is plus e to the power minus is, plus I sinus and minus I sinus will get cancelled and I will get 2 cos s. So I write it as 2 by s square minus 2 cos s by s square. Now what is common? 2 by s square is common, so I take it out. 1 minus cos s. Now I have a formula for this 1 minus cos s. Okay, so how is 1 minus cos s written? Sine square s is equal to 1 minus cos 2s by 2. So now compare this with the problem. In my problem, I have 1 minus cos s. So I will rechange this. 1 minus cos 2s is equal to 2 sine square s. Now compare again. I have cos 2s whereas in the problem I have cos s. So 1 minus cos s is equal to 2 sine square s by 2. Okay, so how will I rewrite this? This is rewritten as 2 by s square into 2 sine square s by 2. So my f of s is 2 by s square into 2 sine square s by 2. I can also further simplify this. How is it done? Sine square s by 2 by s square divided by 2 into 2 4. I put it down, so s square by 4. So further simplification gives me sine square s by 2 by s by 2 the whole square. So s square by 4 is written as s by 2 the whole square, which is my f of s. Okay, so what is the second part? The second part is hence evaluate 0 to infinity sine square x by x square dx. Okay, so I will do this. First, let me write the question, then let me solve it. Evaluate 0 to infinity sine square x by x dx. So I have to find this. To do this, I will use inverse Fourier transform formula. So what is Fourier inverse formula? F of x is equal to 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to infinity f of s e to the power minus isx ds. Okay, so we know what is f of s. So 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to infinity sine square s by 2 by s by 2 the whole square e to the power minus isx ds. Okay, So now what should we evaluate? We should evaluate 0 to infinity sine square x by x. Okay, so here there is no e term, but here in the problem we have e term. Okay, so to make this vanish, what will I do? I will put x is equal to 0 because e to the power 0 is 1. So f of 0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to infinity sine square s by 2 by s by 2 the whole square e to the power 0 which is 1 ds. Okay, so now what is the value of f of 0? I will draw a diagram for this. Integral minus infinity to infinity is split as middle part is 0, minus 1 to plus 1. Between minus 1 to 1, the function is 1 minus modulus of x. So f of x is 1 minus modulus of x. So if I put x is equal to 0, what will happen? It will become 1 minus 0, which is 1. So f of 0 is 1. 1 equal to 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to infinity sine square s by 2 by s by 2 the whole square ds. I rewrite this now. Integral minus infinity to infinity sine square s by 2 by s by 2 the whole square ds is equal to 2 pi. I take this 2 pi to the top. Okay, so now look at the question. Integral 0 to infinity sine square x by x. So I have sine square x, but instead of x, what I have here? S by 2. So s by 2 is equal to x. Okay, so similarly, ds by 2, I differentiate, is equal to dx. So ds is equal to twice dx. Now I substitute all this in the integral. Integral minus infinity to infinity sine square x by x square into ds. What is ds? 2 dx. We have calculated here. ds is twice dx is equal to 2 pi. Okay, so integral minus infinity to infinity sine square x by x square dx is equal to 2 pi by 2, where 2 and 2 will get cancelled and I will have pi. Okay, so now what should I evaluate? Integral 0 to infinity sine square x by x square, I'm sorry, it is x square. Okay, sine square x by x square dx. So the integral is 0 to infinity, but here I have minus infinity to infinity. So when I have minus infinity to infinity, I will check whether the function is even or odd. Sine square x by x square is my function. X square is definitely even, I know. I also know sine x is even. How do I write sine square x? Sine x into sine x. So odd into odd, minus into minus is always even. Okay, so even by even is even. So when the function is even, I can rewrite it as twice integral 0 to infinity sine square x by x square dx is equal to pi. Okay, so now it is integral 0 to infinity sine square x by x square dx is equal to pi by 2. So I have found out the value. The problem looks very big, but if you do it step by step, it is very easy. You have any doubts, you can ask me.